At that point, there's no need for me to do that yet.
What about video on websites? You got a good website, so I thought maybe you had video on it. No?
I have video everywhere. It's scary.
Do you have it on your website?
No, not right now.
Anybody got video on their websites?
I used video before, but I'm gonna start doing it because I'm part of by referral only, and they have a campaign that you create a lot of videos for your, they call it before unit, during and after unit. The before unit is when you have a prospect, and that prospect becomes a buyer, and then you create a video, for example, explaining that today I ordered the inspection on the property, and then you describe it on the inspection, and then you send it to them. So it's going to be about 15 videos for each one. The during unit, the after unit, and when they become past clients, also you get in touch with them.
Is that emailed to them, or is it just like?
It's gonna be emailed the link.
I haven't heard of emailing videos yet. I don't think.
Does anybody email video?
There is one called iJot. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh God, it's awesome.
So what's it called?
It's iJot.
iJot?
iJot. And it's easier if you use a laptop that has a camera in it, and it's free if you use the laptop with the camera in it. But if you want to upload your own videos, like when I completed a deal, I do mostly short sales. I process short sales for real estate agents. And so I'll send out a thing that says, congratulations, we closed, this is what happened, and it's me talking to them, and I email it out to all the agents that says, good job, whatever. And if you close in 45 days, usually people are pretty happy with
Oh,
that.
heck yeah.
Heartbeat.
So that's a picture of you?
Yeah, it's actually,
like 10
and
seconds,
like
whatever?
I have this pet that's really loud if I don't have him in the video, so he's the parrot, and he sits on my shoulder, and I say thank you, and the parrot says something, and
Well, people remember you.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but it's
And
cool because it's an email. You just email it, and as soon as they open the email, there you are talking on a video.
Automatic, so that was my next question.
It's
They don't
free.
have to click on anything
Right,
else.
and it's free as long as you don't upload from a different camera. It's called iJot.
Good. That's one of the questions I had for him. I go, that's what we need to start doing. Anybody else?
There's a website I'm just gonna start getting into called TubeMogul, T-U-B-E Mogul. It's you upload your video to TubeMogul once, and then it'll automatically take that video and upload it to all the different sites that you want it to, that you already have accounts with. So it's like you upload it once, and it'll put in like 15, 20 different video spaces at one shot for you.
Is there a time limit on that?
I think everything's based YouTube based.
Oh, so 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out something for podcasts. I want to do, be able to fit 2 hours in one video instead of, I break them down 10 minutes on Facebook and, YouTube and all that, but to be able to have one podcast, so you subscribe to it, and be able to download all my videos in one segment instead of having to watch 12 different videos.
You can do that by blogging.
I know, but most of them, the way they have it set up is you have a certain amount of memory that you can take up, or time. That's the problem I'm facing right now. I have my own private with GoDaddy, and they only allow me to put up 150 megabytes. My videos are probably around 1 gig each because they're all in HD format. So, I want them so that when they blow it up on their screen, it still looks good. So I'm still looking for something like that. So I guess I'll still look.
Wasn't that like a webinar?
I was gonna say, that's how I do webinars.
No, well, I want to record it, and then if you missed it, because I can probably start streaming these things, but I think it's better to have podcasts for people that just missed it, or they want to be able to recap on it later on. They can have the entire video in one segment so they can watch it, versus having to go to my Facebook and stream it, or go to my YouTube account and look at it, look for the video. They already have it, and it's in 1 2-hour piece, not 10-minute segments. I think it makes it a lot easier for
Well,
everyone.
because I did a modification video, and I think it was like 4 hours, and my brother was able to put it on to where people could actually pay $60 for the modification video and upload it into their system and do their mod themselves.
Wow. So you made a lot of money on that?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Yeah, you need somebody that's gonna promote you. You need.
Oh, that's right.
It's all
Somebody
about
goes there, it
promoting.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, if they had a brain for $69 to do their
You don't have to.
modification. Yeah. But I know it was a long video, and they could upload the whole thing. They could pay, the people.
To your
who did-
website.
No, it was on a blog site.
And I think what I have to use is WordPress. I think if you pay WordPress, they'll allow you to get all that time. That's the only thing. Each video is real long, so. it's high quality, so.
Okay, so why don't we move on? Quite a few of you guys wanted to know more about Facebook or wanted to share about Facebook. So what about Facebook? Questions, sharing, ideas? What do you use it for? What do you don't use it for or not use it for?
Seems like there's getting a lot of like spam, like, check out this really cool video of you, and it's.
That's viruses.
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah.
Don't click on them.
That comes with everything though. That's how MySpace was. Facebook would be like that. Twitter will be like that. You just have to be precautious with all that stuff.
So Facebook for business, not for business, personal use?
Only for business.
I have two
What do you
separate
use?
ones.
Yeah, two separate ones.
The only thing I say is anything on the internet is public information. And that's what I keep telling
I had
people.
one guy from high school says, hey, stop using this for business. This is a personal site. And I was just like, you're lost, buddy. Everybody uses this for business.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you guys are all here, right? And that's how you got here, because of Facebook. So, okay, so what are we using it for? What are we trying to use it for? Nobody?
Well, I'm using it for both right now, and I'm just in a horrible dilemma.
Horrible dilemma?
Yeah, John's trying to,
Yeah, I've been sick. I've been able to get back to you on that.
we're trying to get separated, personal, business.
Tough?
It just doesn't mix.
But don't you say it kind of will mesh itself together if you
Yeah,
try to keep it separated?
You can keep it separated. You have to use two different emails, and you have to start it off that way. The problem he has is he had a personal one, but he mixed it with his business. So he has to link a new one just for personal and tell everyone on that one to move over here. And then the easiest way I explained it to him to get everyone off of that one is when you're doing your posts on that one, to go in and erase themselves off of that one. And then they'll only get your feeds off of your personal one. If you want to, I mean, like I said before, if you want to keep them, one personal, one business, use two separate emails, completely separate emails. You have to have two different accounts. It'll ask you to link them. Don't do it. Use two separate ones still.
I still think, even though you're using two separate ones, people can still find both of them,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah, but
right?
in his situation, if he was on his personal one, logged in on that, he would know if they were friends or family or business, and he would deny them. So there is still some control, and people, they still could find you, but there's only, very limited information of what they're gonna get. They're still gonna be able to see that first photo, they're still gonna be able to see some basic information, but you just be a little more selective what you choose to show, and just keep in mind that everything is, public information on Facebook. Anything on the web is public, no matter how many passwords or anything you put on it, it's public.
How many of you guys are advertising on Facebook? What do you advertise for?
Well, my business, looking for certain criteria, I think Facebook is the best, for pay-per-click, is the best targeted advertising you're gonna find out there, because you can, so many parameters, exactly what you're looking for. It really makes it a qualified lead.
What are
So
you
how-
selling? What are you selling?
Education,
What kind?
real estate investing.
Thank you.
And how often do you post?
No, it's pay-per-click.
Pay-per-click.
Oh, pay-per-click, okay.
Yeah.
So you have
No.
a side ad on the.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Okay, got it.
so how are you targeting, and what's the cost per click? And what's the keywords you're using? It's pretty much like Google, right?
It's Google, yeah.
It's Google
same-
based.
Same thing, it's funny, is they have their recommended,
Keywords.
or in recommended like cost for this, but you can put in your own, and they'll usually accept it, but it depends how close you get, will depend
Mhm.
on how many impressions you get.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just whatever, words I'm using for the target I'm looking for,
So are you doing impressions, or are you doing per click?
per click.
Per click?
Yeah.
And what's your average cost right now? Just say for real estate, right?
I'm
That's-
doing, well, for what I'm targeting for, I can get it for about 55 cents a click.
Oh, that's really good.
But it's not like, what you guys are doing is different what I'm doing, so
Yeah, well, what's the keyword that you're paying 55 cents to click on?
it's like entrepreneurial type stuff is
Oh.
what I'm focusing on.
Okay.
And they're good links, good leads?
Well, yeah, because, if you haven't looked at the Facebook advertising, the reason why when people sign up on Facebook,